If you're doing something that's creative, if you're using your mind, something like Scrum is a good thing to know and a good thing to usually implement to help you deliver value to your customers.
Your success and growth all start in your mind. So get ready for another mind shift. Hello and welcome to Mind Shift. If you're just discovering me, my name is Joshua Kangley, and this show is all about positivity and inspiration. So stick around because we have a very special guest coming up momentarily, Larry Apke of the Job Hackers, the nonprofit organization that is helping people get placed through transition, getting back in the job market, very relevant today, also providing them with new skills that are also relevant while also helping local communities all around the world. This is a win-win-win, and I think a lot of nonprofits and companies, in fact, can learn a lot about what Larry Apke is doing at the Job Hackers. We'll get to him and his conversation momentarily. Before we do, remember, please, if you like my content, go ahead and give me a like, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to be reminded of when a new Mindshift drops, please turn on notifications. This way we can send you a reminder saying, hey, we have a new show for you so you don't miss a single one. I appreciate you all following me from my early podcast days to now. It has shifted and morphed into a wonderful, beautiful thing called the Mindshift Show. And a huge shout out to David Rubalcaba, who's the editor-producer, who, as you can see, has really made this show what it is. And so a huge thank you to all the supporters and everyone out there who's been tuning in with me and following this amazing journey. Remember, it's all about keeping the conversation going. If you're wondering who in the heck is Joshua Kangley, by the way, who in the heck am I, please go to www.hellomynameisjosh.com. That's hellomynameisjosh.com. You can learn more about me, the books behind me you see on the wall there, and this show, and so much more. And remember, if you are listening to the audio version, which, by the way, the audio version is a great way to catch up if you're on the go, you can listen to anywhere you like to listen to podcasts. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and now on Amazon as well. But you might want to go to YouTube on Thursdays because that's when I do the live on YouTube. Thursdays, 6 p.m. Central, I do a live. So it's a great way to engage with me, ask any questions you might have, and we can have a lot of fun on the live stream there. So that's Thursdays, 6 p.m. Central, the live. And of course, every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central, a new Mindshift drops. A new guest, a new episode, a new Mindshift. Now, without further ado, let's get to our next guest, Larry Apke, as I mentioned, founder of the Job Hackers. Let's see and hear about what he's doing in his nonprofit to help people from all over the world get job placement, learn new skills, and help the local community as well. Let's go to the conversation now. Larry, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. I'm very excited to be with you today and talk a little bit about my passion.
Absolutely. I'm excited too, because this is going to be a very informative episode. And I know you've been doing this a long time there with the Job Hackers, but it's relevant right now. So I'm excited about, offering this to our audience and telling about what you're doing, how you're helping, and how they can get involved and what they can do with it. So before we get started though on this, if you could just explain to us, Larry, what Agile and Scrum is. We can start there maybe.
Sure. Job Hackers provides free Agile and Scrum training, and it makes sense that you would ask what's Agile and Scrum. There's some folks out there who probably don't know, haven't heard of it. Agile is a philosophy. It's basically a philosophy that was born out of the work that software developers did, and it came to fruition about over 19 years ago. A bunch of people got together and they put this philosophy down on paper, as it were, and they called it the Agile Manifesto. So that's what Agile is. It's a philosophy. And Scrum is merely a way to take that really solid, strong philosophy and make it part of our daily lives. It's a framework to take that philosophy and use it to help us build better products and create more value for our customers. Originally in software development, but now Scrum is being used in all kinds of other industries like education and marketing and design and basically anything that's knowledge work. If you're doing something that's creative, if you're using your mind, something like Scrum is a good thing to know and a good thing to usually implement to help you deliver value to your customers.
So Agile is the philosophy and Scrum is the framework, so to speak.
That's correct. Scrum's the way we make it real, right?
Okay.
It's not enough just to have good thoughts. We have to take
Yes.
those good thoughts and make them real. So Scrum is one of the ways we do that.
Okay. And so let's talk about now your nonprofit, the Job Hackers. Explain to us what you're doing and how you're helping people.
Yeah, absolutely. Job Hackers was actually registered officially as a 501c3 nonprofit. That's the designation 3 years ago. So we're coming up on our official third anniversary here in October. Wow. And what we do is we provide training for free for people who are in transition, people who are unemployed, which is obviously very pertinent today with the pandemic. There's people who are being dislocated from their work. Given the upskill through our training, we have some other programs that we do to help people with job searches. And then, hopefully they get work. And what we found actually is that we've been very successful with that over these 3 years. We for the people that we can keep track of, and it's not always easy, about 40% get a job within 90 days of taking our Agile MBA program, which is our flagship Scrum, Agile and Scrum training program. So that's what we do. And we've created this great Job Hackers community now that's huge. We have, I was just sending out an email to remind people of our enrollment. We have over 3,000 people on our mailing list. So that's a big community. We have over 2,000 in our active Slack community. So it's this wonderful community of people coming together to help each other skill up and then find work.
Yes. And, like you said, it's very relevant today in today's time right now. People are looking to get back out there in transition and back into the job force. So, who would benefit from your class and why?
Yeah, we get people who from all walks of life who benefit. I get people who've been doing Agile, doing Scrum or associated with Agile for a long time. We usually refer to them as coaches. But I have experts who take my class because it's interesting to them. But then I have people who have never heard of the terms Agile and Scrum. So we get a wide range of people. And it really depends on the person. If you're working in something that we refer to as knowledge work, which is about half of the people in this country these days. So if you can do your job over Zoom, you're probably in knowledge work, right? This is going to help you. Because what and the reason we call it the Agile MBA is what I'm really teaching people is this business of knowledge work is fundamentally different than physical labor. And most of the times when we're teaching people about business, we use the physical world and we use physical metaphors. It doesn't always map 100% to the knowledge-based world. So I teach people, how do we survive and thrive in this knowledge-based world? So it's anyone who's knowledge workers. Now, that said, if you're in software development, if you're in project management, program management, product ownership, product management, executive management, those type of things where you're making decisions in the knowledge-based world, there's obviously going to be a better chance for you to understand and leverage what we're talking about. But we get people from everywhere and all walks of life.
Yeah, this sounds like it's super beneficial for anyone, with that knowledge work, like you said. And so, and also let's talk about the diversity. You have a very diverse participation. It's something that I think a lot of other nonprofits can look at and see, what you're doing and learn from you. So tell us about the diversity that you have in your nonprofit there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would add to that, not just other nonprofits would learn from us. I think there's a lot of companies out there. Yes. I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area. We have a ton of technology companies, software development companies and technology companies wringing their hands on a regular basis that they cannot find diversity. Well, we've found it. And I'm not an expert on diversity. But I've learned some things. And one of the things I've learned is we don't pre-screen anyone. We allow people to choose whether or not they could take advantage of this, free Agile MBA class, and try it out. And if it works for them, they stay. So we have a huge amount of women who take our class. It's like 60%, almost 2/3 of our participants are women. We get a lot of women who have left the workforce who are trying to come back, and that's very, very difficult. So they feel that, our training will certainly help them with that. We have over 50% of our participants are non-white. So, African-American, Asian, Latino or Latinx or whatever, but non-white. So this is diversity as well coming into the class. And interestingly enough, our average age, and these are professionals who are coming to the class for the most part, is our average age is 43.
Wow.
So, we're not just talking kids. We're talking about people who've been out there. They've done the work. They're intelligent, professional people who have skills. We're just giving them a little bit more skills, a little bit more knowledge, and that seems to make a difference for quite a few people.
Yeah, I can see why it would. Now, also you have the Pay It Forward program, which is, I think, very interesting too. Talk to us about that element that you have.
Yeah, so I always joke that every once in a while I get a good idea. And I think Pay It Forward was one of the better ideas I've had, because what we're doing with our class is we're providing 18 hours of free training. And we know what that's worth in the open market. And we know that over the past 3 years, we've given away well over $2 million worth of training for free.
Wow.
So that's a huge investment of my time and my co-founders' time and all the volunteers, because we're a fully volunteer organization. Nobody gets paid in our organization.
Wow.
As of now. And so we're making that investment. All we're asking people is if you would, and we're not going to make you do it, but if you sign up, would you give us 18 hours of your time and donate that to a nonprofit in your local area? And so we get about 2/3 of the people who are participants in our program sign up, which is a pretty large number of people. So we know from what we can track that we've given back to the community over 3,000 hours worth of donated time that probably wouldn't have happened otherwise. And this is in the local community. And the funny thing is we're not just in the San Francisco Bay Area. We're not just in the United States.
Wow.
We have people who join us from other countries. So in our last class, we had 290 enrolled. This is not a small thing anymore, right? We started with 7 people in a room. 3 or 4 years ago. Now we're up to 290 people enrolled, and we're averaging 140, 150 who finish the class. We had 12 countries represented. We're doing enrollment right now. I've already got 6 countries represented. I don't know why I get excited about that, but it's
Yes.
interesting that we live in this age where we can do this.
Yes.
And we can make a difference, not just here in the United States, but throughout the world. So that just really gets me excited. It's
Yes.
a fun thing.
That is very exciting, because not only are you helping people, provide this free training, this very relevant, impactful training to people looking to get back in the job force, provide them with the tools and resources, but you're also helping local communities, not just like in San Francisco, not just in the United States, but all over the world. That is really cool. And it has to feel, because did you ever think when you started just with, the 7 of you, or did you ever think it would become so big and impactful?
No, I had no idea. I knew it was important. That very first class of 7 people, I remember we do a lot of what we call pilots. So the Pay It Forward program was a successful pilot. Going online was a successful pilot. We do this new thing that we're doing with job search teams, which has been very successful. It was just a pilot when we first did the 7 people in a class. I had no idea what to expect. I had some things I thought would happen. And I think out of that first class, I think 4 of the 7 ended up getting placed almost immediately after the class. And it was, something that was part of them getting the job. It wasn't the only reason they got the job, but it was part of them getting the job. And then I knew that there was something there. And then when we went online and we opened it up to, the entire world and the response that we've gotten over the last couple of years, I was just really shocked, and I never expected it. I mean, I didn't set out to even start a nonprofit, but I thought, if you can do it, right? I mean,
Yes.
if you can help people, help people.
Absolutely. That's what this show is all about. And, thank you for providing that high level training to help people, get into jobs and get placed, and also just help the community. So thank you what you're doing. Like we said earlier, I think a lot of not only nonprofits, but like you said, other companies can learn about your model and what you're doing there. Yep. So your next class begins October 13th, right?
That is correct. It's so I think I might have mentioned it's a 6-week class. We do it Tuesday and Thursday mornings here in Pacific time from 7:30 in the morning to 9 in the morning. So that gives us, your 18 hours. It's 3 hours a week for 6 weeks. It starts on October 13th. We're in the middle of enrollment now. I don't know when your listeners will hear this, but we're enrolling all the way up to October 12th. So if you get a chance, you want to go to thejobhackers.org, and you'll see a link for the Agile MBA. You can fill out the form, you can express interest and start the ball rolling and get enrolled, and you can join us as soon as October 13th. If you happen to hear this afterwards, no need to worry. We give this class 4 times a year, basically, winter, spring, summer, fall. So we will start in 2021. We will start in January again, as we always do. So if you missed this one, no big deal. You can catch us next time. And we would love to see it. We would love to help as many people as we can during this time.
Yes, and thank you for what you are doing. We'll make sure to put all the links in the description, so you guys out there interested can go learn how to get registered and take advantage of this amazing training that Larry and the Job Hackers are providing. I'm going to leave you with the last word, as I always do. Larry, anything else you'd like to say to anyone out there today?
Yeah, I think the big thing is, I talk about the 3 things we need to be successful. So y'all listening to this, join us. That's the first thing we need to be successful, is we're going to continue to reach as many people as we can. We have not reached an upper limit. We don't know what that is yet. We had 290 in the last class. I'd love to have over 300, enrolled in this class. Second thing is, we continue to work to help people find work. Not just educate them, but find work. So we're going to continue to try to do better at that. The third thing, which I wanted to have the last word on, is it would help if we had a little bit of money to do both. I believe dollar for dollar, we are the most successful and impactful workforce development and training program maybe in the world. Because, as I mentioned earlier, we've given away over $2 million worth of training. We've had 40% of our participants. So if you can take that against the 1,000 people who've been through our program, we might be responsible for up to 400 people, helping them get jobs. That's a huge, huge thing.
It's huge. We've
done all of that, $2 million in training plus all the jobs. We've done that on less than $10,000 a year operating budget.
Wow.
So, if you run some kind of investment company, or if you got some money and you think this is the right thing to do, if we could get more money, I think we could do more of the first 2 things, which is reach the people we need to reach and help the people we need to help. So that's a big thing for us. Again, dollar for dollar, we're a good value for society. I'd love to see, can we do even more by raising some money? So I'm going to kind of make that plea now. For anybody, Jeff Bezos, if you're listening, get your checkbook out. If anybody knows Jeff, give him a call. We would love to have a little of this money.
Absolutely. Like you said, dollar for dollar, you are doing amazing things and really impacting society and people's lives. And so just a huge kudos to you, Larry, for what you're doing. And I really appreciate you for taking your time today and sharing that with us today.
Yeah, thank you, Josh, and thanks to your listeners, and hopefully we'll see some of you in class soon.
Okay, thank you so much, Larry.
Wow, what a great show, right? Guys, I really hope some of you out there take advantage of his next class. Go there, check it out, register up. You can register right now for the next class happening October 13th. This is a great opportunity. Remember, I've always been talking in previous episodes about pivoting to the opportunity, right? Pivoting to the opportunity. Well, here's an opportunity right now, a very relevant one. So if you're in transition, if you're looking to get back in the job market, if you're wanting to learn new skills, new relevant skills, they're going to help you with your resume, help you beef up your skill set. Go to the links I provide in the description to the Job Hackers. See what Larry's doing there with his nonprofit, who, by the way, is helping people all over the world. I really hope some of you take advantage of this opportunity because this is free training provided to you to help you beef up your skill set. Great opportunity. Take advantage of it while you can. Next class, again, October 13th. All links in the description for you. Larry, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for sharing your time with us today and sharing with us what you are doing with your nonprofit, the Job Hackers. I think you have a wonderful organization there, and what you are doing is helping people all over the world, and I really appreciate what you're doing. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really hope you like this episode. I really hope you like this show. If you do, give me a like, please. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to be reminded of a new show, when a new show does drop, remember to hit the notifications, turn them on so we can remind you when a new show does drop so you don't miss a single one. And remember, if you're still wondering who in the heck is Joshua Kangley, please go to my main hub, which is www.hellomynameisjosh.com. You can learn more about me, the books, the show, and so much more. There's other resources and tools there as well for you. Check it out. And if you want to ask me any questions or any questions about the guests, or if you know someone who should be a guest on the show, email me at josh@hellomynameisjosh.com. And again, if you are listening to the audio version, tune in on Thursdays, 6 p.m. Central, to my live stream on YouTube. That's when I go live and we can engage, ask questions on the live as well. I love the engagement, guys. And as always, leave any comments. How did you like the show? What did you guys think? What do you think so far? Leave comments, guys. I read every single comment and I respond to every single comment as well. Appreciate you guys so far for just, coming along this journey with me, this mind shift journey, and it's been so wonderful. I can't wait for all the episodes to come. I'm so thankful for all of our guests we've had so far. A huge thank you to all of you. And as always, until next time, I'll talk to you later.